Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I got a review for you, but by request. Is a special request. Before we get started on the story and the review and everything else, please like, comment, subscribe. It does help out this channel. So this is a request from Comic Journey. He had sent me a giveaway slash AOK, and inside it had a couple books that he wanted to review that he thought they were so crazy. But this is the first one right here. If you saw the thumbnail, you know what it is. But this is DC Comics 2016. We got SixPack and Dogwelder, Hard Travelin Heroz, issue number 1. It's written by Garth Ennis, art by Russ Braun, colors by John Kalisz, and letters by Pat Brosseau. And then we got the cover by Steve Dillion and John Kalisz. I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of those names. It's no form of disrespect at all. It's just how I'm trying to read and pronounce them. So let's get into this review, right? Let's check out this crazy book right here, and that I'd never heard of from DC Comics. But man, alright, so it starts off with this family right here, and it's basically we kind of find out that it's a new couple right here. This is the family right here. It's a mom and her 2 kids, and she recently married the older gentleman right here, and he recently gifted him with these brand new kicks. The conversation in the background between the mom and the new husband is basically like, you don't have to win their love with gifts and stuff like that. While this is going on, we do see a character lurking in the background, watching in the windows, that kind of stuff. We do find out later on, of course, that this is none other than Dogwelder. But he's just kind of creepily watching outside the window, and eventually, the conversation comes up with the older gentleman saying that, well, he just wants, the kids to be happy, and, he's got other gifts planned, and he starts talking about a puppy. All of a sudden, she kind of freaks out, and she's like, no dogs, no, never talk about dogs, and we do see right here, and we get a hint, but we see right here on the kids' faces that they have these, scars and cutouts on both their faces, and as we go along with the guy's name Dogwelder, we do find out this guy has a weird passion for welding dead dogs to people's faces, and it looks like he did that to these 2 kids right here, which I suspect this might be this guy's family, and that's why he's on the outside, hence a new husband, the whole but these are my guesses. There's nothing in the book that says that. So the book jumps over to a bar, and we catch up with most of what is known as Section 8. It is a group of, I would say, B or C class heroes that I've never heard of in the DC universe. But we do get some names really quickly on some of the characters, this guy being SixPack. This guy right here that looks all crazy, his name is Bator. And then this guy, I'm not quite sure, but I think his name is Hacken. But basically, SixPack is over here drinking. He's reading comics. You can see he's reading a Justice League Upside Down. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's doing it, right? And he basically screams out that, some crazy stuff. He's like, yeah, racism is bad, superheroes are good. And it sparks this whole conversation between Hacken and SixPack, and we kind of find out that they are a group that does go out on mission, like superhero missions, and lately their missions have been less than par, in SixPack's opinion. Hacken is like, oh, what's your definition kind of thing. And he, at the time he is drunk, so he's naming off random stuff. But eventually they do get to some, major conversation, and we see kind of details about some of their other missions. Like they went to they had to take care of a zombie petting zoo. Another mission is something that I won't name, but now in this PC world, but it does have a bad name attached to it, but this is all we get from that moment there. But it does have something to do with mental capacity, let's just say that. But basically, SixPack is describing their life as being, not so superhero-ish, and Hacken's kind of like, well, look at our missions, and you're our leader, and you're the one choosing our missions, and you know, SixPack goes into kind of like, well, I'm a good leader, we have a good team, and it's kind of explained that even though their group is called Section 8, they are down to 5 members, but Hacken goes into explaining that he's not even like very knowledgeable about his team, and he starts talking about one of the members of the team, and this being Guts, and it's supposed to be like a person that has all their guts on the outside. And we see Bader over here at the table. We also see Catwoman, Power Girl, and a crazed what is damn, drawing a blank, but our Starfire. But basically, they're having this conversation with Guts, and Guts is mad at her husband, which we do meet and like real quick. But basically, that's what the girls are doing at the table. They are trying to lighten the mood with Guts. You do find out later on that Guts does not talk, so I don't know how the conversation is going. But they are discussing how Guts' husband has been cheating on her, kind of thing. It goes back to SixPack, and Hacken's like, yeah, you don't even know what's going on. We catch back up with Dogwelder, and it looks like he is headed to this bar that they are at, and on the way to the bar, he kind of gets stopped by something. He sees it kind of looks like a spaceship, and then all of a sudden, like a cigarette butt, it hits him in the face from the spaceship. You see it bounce off the ground here. The book jumps back over to the bar with Hacken and SixPack, and he's still talking about, like the missions they receive, and then he starts talking about like, man, I wish they had like what the Justice League has and stuff like that. He's cut off real quick because, just like I mentioned, her husband enters, and this is another one of the members of the group. This is Bueno, and Bueno, all we know about him is he's a sexual pervert, and that's pretty much it. We don't get a definition of a lot of their powers or what they do, but they do appear to be a superhero group, hence that's why other superheroes are in the bar with them. Besides Dogwelder, we do learn that that's his special gift, as he wields dogs to people's faces. But Guts does confront her husband in a gutsy fashion. We see the other women are like, yeah, you need to go see that. As the other women, leave for, Guts to take care of her marital problems, they step outside, and there's this green thing in the sky. Power Girl is kind of pissed off at Bueno that she doesn't even notice the thing in the sky. And Starfire's been weird the whole time, and when she sees this thing in the sky, she starts saying, oh, the master has come, the maker, he comes. We catch back up with Dogwelder, who's now like in an alley or something like that, and all of a sudden he lights his dog wielding tool, and basically it's a conversation. We never get to see the actual person he's talking to. We get a glimpse like of his hand, what he's wearing, but he basically calls Dogwelder kind of a dumbass, and because basically he is a one-trick pony. He just beats up bad guys and then wields dead dogs to their faces, and the guy's like, it could be something cooler. You could get these dogs to like talk to you, so you could have like communication like constantly coming from the bad guy to you. But he does mention that if Dogwelder is willing, that he will be able to show him some stuff like that, and that's kind of where we leave that scene. We go back over to the bar, and basically Hacken is, yeah, you got to control your group, or you don't even know what's going on. We don't even know where Dogwelder is. Hey, where is Dogwelder? And SixPack's just like, hey, he's coming. This is where we go back to the I wish we had, kind of like an alert system like the Justice League has, and Hacken's like, well, what kind of alert system do they have? And he's like, well, the bad guy automatically rushes towards Superman before they start destroying the city. You know, they got to take care of the city's protector, and then they start destroying the city. I wish we had that kind of alert system. As this is going on, the rest of the bar has noticed the green thing outside, and they are rushing in panic and knocking into SixPack and the other members and kind of pissing off SixPack. But this is because SixPack and his crew doesn't realize the green glow that is outside. As they are talking about, we wish we had like an event or, you know, something going on, they finally do make it outside, and we get this crazy ass spread. But we do find out that the green thing in the sky was none other than the Spectre, and he has come to supposedly claim someone that has escaped and is unclean and has many sins. While this is going on, SixPack instantly recognizes the Spectre. They rush back inside the bar, trying to hide from the Spectre. It doesn't work. They come back out, and that's when the Spectre kind of announces what I was saying, that he's looking for somebody who's unclean, that he escaped. But as if you'll notice, the Spectre is pointing to one of these fellows over there. So it's like one of these, you know, 4 people that rushed out of the bar. It's either, you know, Bueno, Guts, SixPack, or Bader. And that's where this issue leaves off. We don't know who the Spectre has come from, but we do, that, you know, the SixPack does recognize who the Spectre is and what he entails, that kind of thing. Alright, so that's where the book leaves us off. My final thoughts was this book was fantastic. It was a great read. The art was dope. The characters were very interesting, even though we get very little information of them on this point, besides like Dogwelder. I mean, we don't know SixPack's powers. We don't know anything about Bader, even though they say Bader only says his name, but he does say other things. I guess they're just not paying attention. But Comic Journey, this was my review on this ridiculously crazy book. I really want to find the other issues because it was really, really interesting. Hey, but that's my review. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this review down below. I'll have other reviews coming like normal. Be on the lookout for those. I will see y'all later.